Today we are going to do twice smoked baked potatoes, and these are amazing. I make these for most holidays, and it's probably one of my most requested items. And they're a little laborsome, but it's definitely worth it when you taste it. So what we're going to do, basically, the summary is we're going to bake the potatoes, which I've already done. Actually, I took the potatoes, I washed them, I scrubbed the dirt off of them, and then I poked it with a fork. Make sure you do that because I've had one explode on me before, and it wasn't pretty. And then I already cooked some bacon that we'll put inside of these, and I kept some of the bacon grease, and I brushed the potatoes, and then I sprinkled it with some kosher salt. After that, I put it in the smoker, probably about an hour, and you can squeeze them, and when they're getting soft, they're ready to go. And then that gets them to the current state that they're in right now. So again, if you don't have a smoker, you can do twice baked potatoes, which is the same thing. You just do it in the oven. It just doesn't have the touch of smoke. And either way, I guarantee these will be amazing no matter how you do it. There's nothing healthy about this recipe. There's some vegetables in it, but I promise you cook the health right out of it. But it is delicious. All right, so after I pulled these out of the smoker, I let them rest for about 45 minutes. They're warm to the touch still. We're going to scoop the insides out. I recommend doing it while it's warm. It's a lot more difficult when it's cold. I've done it both ways, but it just seems to be easier to do it when it's warm to the touch. So probably about 45 minutes after you pull it off the smoker. As they run the smoker 425 for about an hour. A couple of these are a little bigger than the ones you get in average bags. I actually bought these at the store, just the 4 separate ones instead of bag. So they probably took a little longer because the smaller ones might be a little bit shorter time. Just go by feel. So like I said, I already did one. I'm going to show you guys how I did this. I cut all of them in half, and I'm going to slice them. I like making little cubes. I don't know if this makes it easier or not. In my head it does. I do it. You don't need a big giant knife to do that. I don't know why I grabbed that one. And then what I'm going to do is just scoop the inside out, try to protect the peel as much as possible.
So a little gentle as you're peeling it out.
Yeah, exactly. Right, I'd rather leave it a little extra in there than destroy the peel.
Right, because you want that nice container for when you put it back in.
Exactly. And these are homemade, so like I said, I think I tore a little bit there, but that's no big deal. It'll taste the same when you eat it. So it's hollowed out. So, and we'll just do this, 5 more times, and then we'll come back. So we just finished out scooping the insides. This is what they look like when they're done. Pretty hollowed out. That one has a little more meat there, but it's fine. And now we're going to make the mixture. Now I forgot to mention, if you want, and I've done this before, instead of putting it back in the peels, you can scoop everything out and then put it in like a small aluminum foil pan and put it on the smoker, so you have more of a casserole instead of the stuffed skins. And sometimes that's easier to do it, especially if you're feeding a lot of people. It was just 4 of us today. This is the route I went, but that is an option for you to do that.
Yeah, you've done that like for Easter for the whole family, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I say they're equally good. I mean, you do get a more bacon flavor and the skin flavor, but for the most part, it's still amazing either way, and it does cut out a little bit of the work for you. You don't have to be as delicate with the skins. So all the insides, the potato pulp, or whatever you would call it, is in here. And then we're going to add the ingredients and really take this up a notch. So the first thing we're going to add is cheese. I have 10 ounces of cheese here, and I actually shred this myself. It's a sharp, a white sharp that I got from Costco, and then just a regular sharp cheese, but I actually put the sharp cheese on the smoker about a month or 2 ago, and I'm using that too. So it's half and half. It's about 5 ounces each for a total of 10 ounces.
And guys, if you haven't had smoked cheese, man, you are missing out.
That'll be another video.
Oh,
we gotta do it one more time before it gets too hot for summertime. The next ingredient is butter. I would say, I think the recipe calls for 6 tablespoons. I add a little bit extra. Like I said, these potatoes were a little bit bigger than normal, but when I work it at the restaurant, the secret ingredient was always butter to everything. So I'm gonna put almost all this in there. I'm basically going to save about 6 slices. so I can put it on the potatoes. Like 8 slices, I do the math. I'm gonna put it on the potatoes before I put them in. So I'll put almost all this in there. And I just sliced it off like you normally would, just a regular butter. So I think that's about 8.
And if you don't know, AJ has worked in restaurants, he's owned restaurants. He doesn't toot his own horn very much, but he is such an amazing cook.
Well, thank you. I love cooking. I grew up cooking, you know. Well, as you know, Sunday dinner was when the family would get together, and it was something that we just did. I've been doing it for years, and then as I got older, we started going to your house and doing it, and you know, now we do it here at my house quite a bit. So I do look forward to Sunday dinner. In the fall, it's football and dinner. You know, in the summer, it's barbecues, and it's just a favorite way to spend dinner. And I would say we've even cooked more, obviously, with you know the COVID. We don't eat out as much, and we've experimented a lot more. So I think our recipes have even gotten better as we've experimented. So probably about a half cup of sour cream. I'm kind of just eyeballing, let's be honest with you. Sour cream is probably not one of those things that you can get too much of, but so we'll say a half cup, maybe a little more on that. I put 4 bacon slices, and what I did is I already put them on the smoker. I took scissors and I cut them in half, and then I just cut them about 1/4 of an inch, you know, piece. So that seems to be the easiest way to cut bacon. Honestly, I got this bacon at Costco, and it's a good thick cut bacon that I love for breakfast. I would probably recommend going to the thinner cut one that they have. I think it's a little bit crispier, and I just like it better for stuff like this. But I wasn't paying attention when I was at Costco, and I just bought what I usually buy for breakfast. But it'll still taste good. I just like the consistency when you get the other one crispier and stuff.
But at the end of the day, you use what you have, right?
Exactly.
And you talk a lot about your smoker. Is there one that you would recommend for people that are just starting out with smoking?
You know, that's probably another video. I mean, so I started off with the big green egg as we were cooking the tri-tip in, and then I went to a pellet smoker. I probably would do it in reverse order, just because the pellet smoker, you get the better quality in the big green egg. I don't care, everybody says, but the pellet smoker is definitely more convenient, right? The pellet smoker, I'll turn it on and do a frozen pizza from Costco or something like that.
Oh wow!
So it's just easier. You're not going to do that with an egg. I just put about 1/4 of red pepper in here, just to give it a little color when we mix it up. And then I put, I like lots of green onion. The recipe calls for 2. I went for 3. So I put 3 green onions, just chopped. There you go. So the hard part is getting the pulp out. The fun part is mixing this all up. And honestly, the easiest way to do this is just with your hands. You know, I've tried it with a spoon, it spills over. It's just do it with your hands. Obviously, if your hands are clean, just, you know, you use bare hands. I just like using the gloves. It's easier to clean up afterwards. And I was watching YouTube videos on this. This is the way I do it. I just kind of see how other people do it. Some people would actually put a little bit of like half and half and actually get a mashed potato masher and make it more of a mashed potato consistency. I've seen them at the grocery store deli that way. Mm-hmm. I like a little bit of texture on them. It's just whatever you prefer. Maybe one of these days I'll try the half and half method, but for this video we'll just keep doing what I always do because it always seems to work. And so you just want to kind of mix it, break it down, let your body heat a little bit, melt that butter. So the potatoes are warm, so that will help a little bit, and just kind of get it mixed in. I'm not really, on some of the bigger pieces I'm maybe smushing a little bit with my fingers, but that's all. I like a little bit of the texture in there.
Oh yeah, I like the texture too.
So.
Oh God, I wish you guys could smell it. You could smell it. Oh, it smells so good.
Yeah, especially that smoked cheese and so.
But man, you guys, you have to stay tuned because you're going to learn to smoke cheese. You're going to learn about different smokers.
Yeah, we'll cover it all.
And that's the whole idea of this video, right? This video channel is that you're going to learn about cooking, not just one particular niche, but about really and truly what you can do in your kitchen and outdoors.
Exactly. And I'm not a trained chef by any means. I've worked in restaurants a lot. And I've done everything from dishwasher to host to cook and serve. You know, most everything I've learned is just through reading and watching YouTube. So I always, you know, I'm a trained chef via YouTube. So that's one of my favorite things is just watching videos like this and just learning, seeing what people are doing, and hopefully that's what people get out of this is, you know, they'll get you know, some ideas for some yummy food and figure out a way to make it their own.
Yeah, that's great.
And so since I already have my gloves on, this is pretty mixed, pretty much how I want it. Like I don't want to, you know, smash it too much. We're going to start stuffing these.
Okay, so let's show everybody kind of what it would look like.
Yeah.
My hands are clean, but you can kind of see it's really a nice consistency at this point.
Yeah. Almost kind of like a clay, I would say,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So, all right, so we're going to go back and stuff the potatoes.
And this could even be a fun dish, the stuffing of potatoes and stuff to do with kids if you wanted to get your kids involved in cooking.
Yeah, absolutely. And trust me, they'll love eating these. So I got them all stuffed, all 8 of them are stuffed. And just for a couple last ingredients, I'm going to put some ground pepper on each one, as much as you want.
They're so beautiful.
So I'm not going to put any more salt. There is salt on the skins. I did use unsalted butter for it. I mean, so this way, again, I like adding my own salt and then you'll be able to control it. But again, if you want some more salt, this would be a good time to put that on there. Obviously, the bacon has salt. So I think you're pretty good on that. But again, it's your potatoes. Do you want? And then I'm going to put butter on each, a little slice of butter. And this is why you save the 8 pieces. Just put it right on there.
And I'm going to say I like salt, but I never add salt when I eat these, just because it's just perfect the way that it is.
Yeah, and like I said, when I was counting, I was 2 off when I was originally dumping it in there. So we'll get some more on there. And then the final ingredient is I just got a little bit of smoked paprika. This is for a little bit of a smoky flavor and also just a little color.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to sprinkle that on top. Kind of give that potato salad type of look to it.
Oh yeah. Plus it does add a little bit of just a little bit of extra flavor there.
Exactly. So kind of want to cheat light on that person. So.
And then we say we eat with our eyes first, right?
That's right. So these are going to go on the smoker. Again, if you're doing it in oven, that's fine too. 400 degrees, probably about 30 minutes. You'll know when they're ready. They'll start browning. The cheese will be melted, and the butter obviously will be melted. But probably at least 30 minutes.
Okay, and because everything's pre-cooked, you're really just
heating it back up, getting it all melted and stuff. Right, everything's cooked at this point. So we're going to put these on the smoker, and like I said, about 30 minutes, we'll have a finished product.
All right.
All right, they've been at 400 degrees for 30 minutes. Looks like they're more than ready to go. You can see the cheese is melted, the butter is melted. And we're going to pull them off the grill. All right, so we pull them off. They've been cooling for a little bit. Now they're ready for a taste test. As you can see, the cheese is all melted. The shell's a little bit crispy, or not the shell, but the peel, their skin's a little crispy. So let's take a bite.
All right, I can't wait.
Yeah, I do recommend that you do let these cool a little bit before you bite in, because they will be piping hot. So why don't you go ahead?
Big bite.
Big bite.
Mmm. I'll just take the rest of them.
They get better every time I make them. So, again, this is an easy recipe. Because the biggest pain is the scooping out the insides, but this will be a hit. Everybody will be asking me to make these every holiday, I guarantee it. Subscribe and hit the bell. You'll get notifications when we put out new videos. We're going to be putting them out every Thursday. And every Thursday is going to be a different video, whether it be on the smoker, the oven, the sous vide. So it's going to be a surprise every week. Okay, our goal is just to provide good stuff and to bring to your house, to your homes. And that's it for today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.